My name is Georgia Constantinou and I'm a doctoral student at Boise State University. This video presentation discusses a research proposal designed for EdTech 650, Research in Educational Technology. The proposal is entitled Teachers and Students' Perceptions of Quest-Based Learning in a World Language Classroom. This video presentation will outline the problem statement, the research questions, the theoretical framework, the literature review, the methodology, and the ethical considerations. Since this research proposal has not yet been implemented, this presentation will not go over the details of the data analysis or the study results. So let's get started. Despite teachers' efforts to employ innovative teaching practices, schools still face significant motivation and engagement issues. Many reports on students' engagement throughout the years show that students feel tired, stressed, and bored in schools on a regular basis. To address this problem, gamification emerged in the early 2000s, with quest-based learning gained attention in education around 2010. Quest-based learning is a form of gamification that uses game-like elements to foster student autonomy within the curriculum by providing challenges or missions for students to choose and complete. Research on gamification shows both positive and negative results in terms of engagement, motivation, and performance. However, limited research has been conducted on QBL and particularly in the context of language learning and especially Greek as a foreign language. From 2009 to 2010, only 17 studies were conducted on QBL and only 2 of them were focused on language learning, both of which were conducted at the university level. Moreover, no research has been conducted on the implementation of the QBL approach in the teaching and learning of Greek as a foreign language. Also, while some studies found that students were motivated and enjoyed QBL, others indicated students' difficulties with time management and independent learning. Thus, according to Snelson, further research is needed to uncover how and under what conditions QBL works best as an instructional approach. Purpose statement. The purpose of this qualitative study is to explore the perceived effectiveness of quest-based learning as an instructional approach for teaching Greek as a foreign language from the perspectives of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students and online adult learners, as well as their instructors at a Greek language afternoon school in New York. In particular, this study seeks to explore and discuss the following research questions. What are the perceptions of middle school students and online adult learners about using a quest-based approach to learning Greek as a foreign language at a Greek language afternoon school in New York? What are the Greek language teachers' perceptions of using a quest-based teaching approach in foreign languages at a Greek language afternoon school in New York? The findings of this study will contribute to a better understanding of the effectiveness of QBL for learning Greek as a foreign language. They may inform future research, curriculum development, and teaching practices in world language education. They have the potential to improve world language education, especially Greek, by enhancing teaching strategies and improving students' learning experiences. Additionally, the study's insights will be valuable for educational institutions seeking to implement quest-based approaches in world language settings. Furthermore, the results of this study will be particularly important for the Greek communities since, according to a recent study conducted by Pontikos, language loss is a significant issue among Greek immigrants and their descendants in the United States. Literature review. QBL aligns with self-determination theory and self-efficacy theory as it promotes autonomy, competence, and relatedness and can increase intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Self-determination theory distinguishes between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and QBL has the potential to satisfy both by allowing the learners to choose their own pathways and incorporating game-like features such as points and leaderboards. QBL aligns with self-efficacy theory also, as it allows learners to set their own goals and choose their learning paths, potentially increasing their self-efficacy. QBL research. The history of QBL research is short and limited. Studies show that QBL can increase students' motivation and engagement and improve learning outcomes at various academic levels and content areas. Recent studies suggest that QBL promotes positive educational experiences such as increased confidence, intention, and motivation to integrate technology into teaching, development of 21st century skills, scaffolding, and autonomy. Especially, studies conducted in foreign language learning at the university level indicate that QBL can improve language learning experiences and results. However, other studies found that it can decrease students' motivation and academic performance, indicating a lack of interaction with peers, a need for instructor support, and problems with course design and time management. So, designing and implementing QBL activities can be challenging and time consuming, requiring careful consideration of benefits and limitations. Furthermore, the successful implementation of QBL requires instructor support systems and additional resources. Methodology. The study will be conducted at a Greek language afternoon school in New York with students from multiple neighboring cities. The school has 80 students from pre-K through 8th grade and 20 adult online learners. The researcher's role will be to oversee and observe the implementation of the QBL units, collect and analyze the data, and ensure that ethical principles are upheld. The researcher's potential bias will be acknowledged and mitigated through the collection of multiple sources of data, transparent analysis, and external feedback. The study will use 3 DIU quest-based units in Canvas for intermediate level language learners based on the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. Data will be collected through semi-structured interviews with teachers and students and observations of the classroom environment during the study. Data analysis will involve transcribing and coding the data to identify patterns and themes, and interpreting findings based on research questions and the relevant theories. Ethics. As the researcher, I will obtain approval from Institutional Review Board for the ethical evaluation of this research, send formal requests for informed consent to all participants, store data securely, and protect participants' privacy and confidentiality. I will conduct the study with respect and professionalism, treating all participants with decency and respect. I will ensure the anonymity of participants during data analysis and reporting, and I will report the findings accurately and truthfully. As a researcher, I will also do every possible effort to consider participants' rights, interests, and preferences in decision-making about reporting data. Finally, the participants will have access to verbatim transcriptions, interpretations, and reports for verification. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I'm eager to move forward with implementing this research proposal and collecting data on teachers and students' perceptions of quest-based learning. By conducting this study, I hope to gain valuable insights into how quest-based learning can be effectively applied in educational settings, and especially in Greek foreign language education. Thank you so much.